Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? I'm Tony G from guitarwithtonyg.com. Today we're going to keep focusing on our 1-5-6-4, but this time I'm going to show you how we can use our minor pentatonic scale to add in some leads, some hooks, and maybe even a solo. We've been talking about a couple different keys for the 1-5-6-4. We've talked about C, G, and D. For this video specifically, we're going to stick with the key of C. So again, let's review those four chords. Our one chord in the key of C is C. Our five chord is going to be our G, and you can play it any way you would like. All we need is a G major. Our sixth chord is an A minor, and then our four chord is the F. So, raise your hand if you know where we would play the minor pentatonic scale in this key of C. Ready? Go! Yep, you. Fifth position? Nice work. Okay, so fifth position. So our minor pentatonic is going to be actually in the key of A minor, which is the relative minor of C major. That's a quick little theory lesson for you. If you want to explore that more, definitely check out my website. I've got a bunch of material for you on it. So we're going to be in fifth position playing our standard minor pentatonic scale. However, our C note with our pinky is going to be our focus on the sixth string since we are playing it in the key of C major. So, when we're soloing, the minor pentatonic is great because all of these notes will fit. You can use any one of these notes over any chord and it's generally going to sound pretty safe. It's generally going to sound pretty good. But today I'm going to teach you a couple target notes that we're going to be using over these specific chords so that when we get to those chords, you can play the target note and it's really going to lock in and sound great. Our first target note is going to be for the chord C major. Since it's our one chord, we're going to focus on what's called a chord tone, which means we're going to take a note from our C chord and we're going to find it in the pentatonic scale so that we can always hit that note whenever the rhythm section goes to the C chord. So, for this example, we're going to keep it really easy. We're just going to find the C note. Now, there are a couple different C notes in this scale. We have one right here with our pinky on the sixth string. We have one on the first string with our pinky as well. That's always a correlation, right? Whatever the note is on the sixth string is also going to be the same fret on the first string. But the one that I'm going to focus on today is actually using our first finger on the third string right here. See, it's also a C. So we're going to be using this note anytime the rhythm section goes to the C chord. That way it's really going to lock in as soon as we go from our F, the four chord to the C. It's going to sound really nice. And stay tuned because later in this video, I'm going to solo over my own backing track to show you, and then I'm going to give you a backing track to try it out with. Okay, let's move on to the next chord and the next chord tone. Our five chord is going to be the G. So I'm going to keep it simple again. I'm just going to find a G note in our minor pentatonic scale. I know off the top of my head that this one note right here is going to be the G, right? There's that little octave trick. You can learn that on my site as well when you want to learn the fretboard. So there's our G. So anytime that we go to the G chord, we can play that note and it's going to complement that chord very well. One thing I want to stop and talk about really quick though is that, hey Tony, yeah, we're learning this for the key of C, but then I have to relearn it for every single key. Wrong. In fact, this scale shape, this minor pentatonic scale shape, can slide in any key that we're playing. So I want you to keep in mind that even though this is a C and this is a G, if we use these same notes in the minor pentatonic in a different key, let's say we were playing in the key of D major, it would be here in seventh position. If we were playing a 1-5-6-4, I could still use those same notes on the same strings in order to play the same chord tones for our first chord and our fifth chord. So this is going to be transferable over every single key if you want to. So really, instead of memorizing, okay, third string, fifth fret, I want you to memorize third string, first finger, as if we were playing our pentatonic shape. So that way, every time you're going, oh, it's the one chord, I know that third string, first finger is going to be a chord tone. All right, so we have our one chord tone here, and and then our 5 chord tone. Let's move on to our 6 chord tone. All right, the 6 chord tone is pretty simple. If this is the 5 right here, we're going to stick with the same thing. We're going to use the name of the chord. It's an A minor, so we're going to use an A. If this is a G, if we follow the alphabet, let's hear A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. I'm just kidding. There's no H, I, and J's. Once you get to G with the notes, we just revolve and we just reset to A. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. So if I just go up, G, G sharp, A. All right, well, I just found the A. I'm going to be playing it with my ring finger here on the 4th string. So far we have our 1 on the 3rd string, 1st finger, our 5 on the 4th string, 1st finger, and now our 6 with our ring finger on the 4th string. Okay, so I want you to just play those notes and memorize them. 1, 5, 6, 1, 5, 6, 1, 5, 6, 1, 5, 6, 1, 5. Okay, now we get to the 4 chord. The 4 chord is a little bit different. This time we're not going to be using the name of the chord. We're not going to use the F. We're not going to use the 1. We're actually going to use the 3 of the chord. An F major triad consists of 3 notes. Triad, 3. F is the 1, A is the 3, and C is the 5. We get to choose, but for this example, I'm just going to use the 3, which again is going to be the A, which we were just on over the 6th chord, I should say. So now we have 1, 3rd string, 1st finger, 5, 4th string, 1st finger, 6, ring finger of the 4th string, and our 4 will also be the ring finger of the 4th string. Okay, so now that we have these notes, we could just play a solo by going. But instead, what I want to do is I want to teach you how we can actually use those target notes to build a lick and a melody. Let's check it out. These notes can be used to start a lick or to end a lick for this example. So if somebody's playing me a C chord, I can either start with this C note right here, or I can try to write a quick little lick and then end on it. Ooh, that's pretty spicy, right? It's so much fun, and I'm going to show you how I do that over every single chord, playing along with my own backing track. Check this out. Are you ready, other Tony? Ready! If you noticed, sometimes I was sticking around with those chord tones, and I would make sure to hit those notes when that chord was being played, and sometimes I would ignore it. That's totally cool, because when you're soloing, you get to play whatever you like to hear. These are just ideas for you to help make some really interesting lines, interesting licks, interesting melodies, and interesting solos. If you really want to learn more about how to solo, be sure to check out my 4th ebook on writing your own solos, licks, and melodies. All right, that's all I've got for you guys today, but as promised, I'm going to go ahead and play you a little bit of a backing track, and I want you to try the exact same thing. Remember, just focus on those 3 notes, our 1, our 5, our 6, and our 4 again. As long as you hit those notes over the chords that I'm playing in the right order, it's going to sound great. Whatever you want to put in between is up to you. All right, until next time, guys, here's your backing track. 3, 4.